Good day, good hot day. Got a lot of things done, got a lot of situations done. Managing the clock at the end of the game, different things, putting the kids at ease of what we're going to do and what we're not going to do and how we're going to work all those situations. And got a lot done, got a lot of throwing done, got some just pass pro, got some kicking situations. And I was very happy with the day as far as they were mentally into practice. I really like that. Any questions?
How important is that scrimmage tomorrow for some of those final position battles?
It is. It's important. But a big thing we got to do is just execute and know who's going to do what, when, where, and why, and see how they handle that situation going back out there on the field. But there's some key things we need to look at.
Right tackle, one of those you're still evaluating, Coach?
Yeah, we're off. There's 2 or 3 positions, maybe more, we're still evaluating. But yes, that's one of them still we're looking at.
Do you hope to have find 5 guys on that offensive line as starters before the season starts? Or do you
I hope so. I think we're pretty close to that. I really do. And I think we're very close to 8 or 10 guys being very comfortable putting guys in the ball game without worrying. You know what I mean? And maybe a few more. I don't know. We'll see. But getting much more comfortable there, that's for sure.
Do you go through these scrimmages much like the NFL preseason, where the last one's not really the guys you
sometimes
use?
Or you're getting key position battles or get a key guy work or something like that? Yes. You got to be smart. I mean, how much if Brandon Jenkins, if you want to go out there and play 100 snaps, how much are we gaining out of that? You know what I'm saying? Not that they won't go play. I mean, I want to get them to the race. I know what they're going to do. I know what those guys are going to do, and we got to be real smart by how we scrimmage. I mean, you have to be intelligent by what we do and what we ask them to do, and we'll try to get key guys balls. We'll try to get certain situations worked and be very intelligent about what we do, because this is one of the few times since I've been here that we've got some guys that are really established, have been around a long time, that we need to have during that season. We don't need to bang them and bruise them too much in these situations.
Well, what about EJ? How does that change since he didn't get a chance to?
He didn't get hit anyway.
Yeah,
he didn't get hit anyway, so he's all right. But no, it'll be good for him. But we do, and I say this. You don't say right out here. I mean, they're going ones on ones every day, all day. Every drill is ones on ones, and we're putting them in exact scrim. We're actually scrimmaging out here at times. I mean, might not tackle, but we're doing every other thing. You know what I mean? And keep it back healthy or create a pile. But they're getting it, and we pretty much know what we got.
How's Rashad Green doing? Is he a little
Good. No, he's sick. He had the flu. He was throwing up, doing all that good stuff. And he actually went. I didn't think he was going to practice last night. He'd been sick, and he went in last night and had a really good night. And then tonight, just that flu bugs got him and getting drained that heat, so we got him out of there.
Do you hear about situations like that? Try to isolate him from other people just because you don't want the whole team.
Oh yeah, we do. Get away from us. I don't want them all. I don't want them all to get that bug.
Anybody stepping forward at kick return? I know you said Rashad at punt.
No, kick returns will be the same though. I mean, you still got Carlos and Marcus will be starting right there. But we got quite a few options if we want to put them back. There's other guys in there, but those guys will definitely be the first 2.
Hey, Jacob Coker didn't have the scrimmage he'd like to have in the first time. How's he responded since then? And
solid.
How anxious are you to see him in another setting where those guys obviously are going to get a few more snaps?
Exactly
maybe?
right. They're going to get some more, and we need to get them some more. But it wasn't. As you look at it, I mean, not the one he wants. Which I hope none of them ever have the one they want. I hope they're all always wanting to do something better. But I was pleased with some of the progress and things he did. I mean, he is a very, very talented young man.
Coach, when you're asked about the team this year and your excitement for it, it just seems like a different answer from you than previous years. What is that difference for you?
I don't know. Maybe the question's just getting old. No, I mean, you have more guys that understand the system. You have more depth. You have more guys in the system that you want at key positions, body types, styles, athleticism, different things of that demeanor. So from that, you feel more comfortable as you go on.
You were talking about kicking earlier. How comfortable are you with Dustin on the onside? Obviously, that's what you guys are working on now.
Yeah, good. I mean, he's doing a real nice job of it. I mean, I think we got some guys can get it, and I think when they kick it to us, I think we got some guys some really good hands, good size to do it. The new rule on the kick, that kicking has changed everything, which I think is a great rule. I think it was one of the most dangerous plays in football. People don't look at it that way, but it's a very dangerous. I mean, you can still onside, but just how they were doing it. But I feel very comfortable with him.
How hard do you think it'll be to get one? A lot harder?
I don't think there's any doubt. I mean, those rules made it pretty, available to be able to do. And your odds of getting them were really good if you hit them just right.
Jimbo, you guys are obviously putting everything on film out here, and you're using that to decide probably who wins these battles.
Exactly
one
right.
of them. But how much weight do you put in these scrimmages, though? When
No, there's weight in it because you still want, but every day at practice day, like now, after the individual drills, the coaches aren't on the field with them anymore. We're not sitting there, as I told them, they lost their pacifier about 4 days ago. You know what I mean? They don't have that pacifier, the coach stand behind them. Remember this, remember that, we're trying to get on the sideline and simulate those situations. But you still, when you walk in that stadium, there's still something certain guys on certain days, man, you think, well, he's good, but when he gets in that stadium, he really turns it on, or a guy freezes up in there. You know what I mean? You still have to weigh that part of what you're doing.
And you, you
Oh, there's
see
no
that
doubt.
with all,
You do. You
kids
see
every
that.
year?
You see that in both in the will to the end of time. You know what I mean? Or until some of them or you can see the immaturity in some guys.
Right.
You know what I mean? You see the talent out here, but once it gets in there, you see some of that immaturity. Guys say, "Why ain't that guy playing? He's talented." Well, he is, but you still gotta practice. You still have to get in that situation a little bit to be successful.
You got a couple guys in new roles on the linebacking core. How you felt like that unit's performing?
I've been very pleased with those guys. I've been very pleased with those guys and their knowledge of what's going on and how they're adapting. They've had a good camp.
What did you see out of either Christian or Nick that you guys thought those position changes were good moves for them?
Well, every time, if you watched last year, every time it was play action pass, that's where Nick was standing. So we said we might as well just move him up there. You know what I mean? He always liked to stand up there and hit somebody. So we said, well, I'll just move him on up there. He ain't got as far to go. We helped him out a little bit. And the ability to have Christian over there and that weak side linebacker spot on to that boundary side, man, it gets attacked a lot. That guy's got to play a lot of vertical things, just like the other guy does. And Nick's a safety too. So I mean, he's got safety skills. He's covered back there. He can run. And then Christian with his size and length in there in the box and getting those hands up in those square in lanes and playing. And he can play. He's great one-on-one. He's one of the best, pure, in my opinion, that I've been around. Linebackers covering the pass with athleticism and things and ball skills down the field. He's one of the best I've been around as far as that goes.
I know the scheme has changed somewhat from the way it used to be. The Will used to make tons and tons of plays here for years. That was a tackle spot.
Hold under defense, and
Right.
you got covered up by a 3 and a 5, and
Yeah, how much more will we see from Christian? Because while he played his role before, the numbers didn't jump off at you. How
because
much
he was
more
in
will you
space,
see?
he was more almost like a nickel guy at times. You know what I mean? But his tackles should significantly go up because he's in the box and then much more action inside there.
Coach, you got 11 guys who've already graduated. How big of an impact can they be to these young guys come Monday when class opens?
They're great examples. I mean, that's the tremendous thing. We've got 11 and 2 or 3 that didn't come back this year because of injuries. We'd had like 14 guys who already had degrees. It would have been in this senior class, and I think there's about 8 more going to graduate midterm. You know what I mean? So but those guys are doing great in academics. Sell that to those young guys. And another thing I've been harping on, and I tell our kids this in academics, we all used to do it in college. We all procrastinate to the end of the semester. You know what I mean? I'll get it later. I'll do that paper. Do you know that teacher gives you that syllabus and it's all due at the end? Well, I think a huge part of that is the maturity in which we have to be able to stay up on our schoolwork. Just like every other, I'm not saying it because I'm an athlete, because every other college student in this school does it, I'll guarantee you, most of them, is making sure we don't procrastinate to the end, because you get to those ends, I said, you want to get to where November matters. They remember November. In December and January, top those championships. But where you're not having to cram and do extra papers, you've got it paced out, you do a good job of that, and I think our guys are making a point of that to those guys. You go to the end, you're staying up 2 or 3 o'clock at night trying to do a paper, then you got practice the next day and your sleep and your concentration. There's only so much you can focus on. And I think those guys are doing a great job and are trying to keep sending that message. I heard our guys say that all the time, and that's one of our goals to make sure we do that this year.
Do you have a set number 1 at Mike, or are they splitting time?
They're splitting in there in and out.
Does it really matter with those two? It seems like
Yeah,
you
they're
rotate
different.
them.
They rotate a lot because
but they're both
players.
going to play a lot.
Oh, yeah, they're both going to play a tremendous amount.